So this young lady here, Dashing Sally Hemings, beautiful young African-American woman. At 14 years old, she was raped. She was taken advantage of by a man who was 44 years old. But prior to forcing himself on this beautiful young African woman, a few years before that, he wrote these words. All right, here we go. Yes. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. So the same person who writes the Constitution, how many of you all have ever heard saying that this country was built on Christian principles? So how is it that you say we're built on Christian principles, but yet you own slaves? The math ain't mathin'. That's what the young people would say, Kendall. The math is not mathin'. How is it that, and so we wonder why people say that Christianity is a white man's religion is because of stuff like this. Is they see the incongruity, or they see the irreconcilable difference in what we say versus how we live or what we do. Does everybody understand? So we have to be able to reconcile. I remember watching in social media a young African-American sister. She was heartbroken, and she talked about how she visited one of the slave castles in Ghana, and how in one of the same places where they housed slaves, and I don't even want to get into all the horrible conditions that they were living in, on top of the slave castle, guess what there was there? A church. So she was wondering and trying to reconcile within herself, how is it that you can worship God up there and then come down in here and treat us less than human? And so when people see these things and they experience these stories, I understand why sometimes they're asking the question, how can you serve a God who was the slave master was praying to?